Thanks everybody so much for joining us today. My name is Ben Balsog. I'm the Vice President of Business Development for Accelerant. Joining me today is the lovely Vivian Duclos, our Director of Product Management. Also a good friend and my first boss at Accelerant too. So I definitely need to impress her again today, keep my job. So thanks a lot for joining me today, Vivian. We're super excited to be rolling out a brand new email product for y'all. Email's email, right? We've all had our fair share of email campaigns that we've been out to, sell to our clients to help create that, omni-channel approach and, continue to pepper within the entire customer journey. We're going to talk a little bit about, what exactly is this email marketing, what that customer journey looks like. The newest part, our in-market email targeting and the database around that and why it's so cool and sexy and shiny. A little bit about the targeting options, what makes a good email, and we'll dive into a couple of other pieces as well. But we're definitely excited to be kind of providing these to y'all today. So feel free to pepper us with any questions. The Q&A section is open as well as the chat feature, and we'll answer those either live or towards the end of this conversation as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First off, email marketing. A lot of people are like, what is email marketing? It's exactly what it sounds like: placing a full email into the inbox of a potential recipient who fits the specs of your target audience, right? So Vivian, if you're sitting here and you own a little bakery, who specializes in cookies and cakes and things like that, why would it be important to you to place an email in front of mothers and families and people who have children and people who are looking to celebrate?
Yeah, definitely. Email is probably one of the most direct ways to target people. It goes right to their inbox. We all check our email every day, and we're only sending these emails to people that are wanting to receive them. They've been opted in, which we'll go into a little bit more detail here in a minute, but it's just the perfect messaging, like it says here, to the right people at the right time. And you can definitely provide them with more information about your business than in a display banner ad per se, because you have so much more space, and you can definitely make it as fun and as visual as you want.
That's awesome. It's a really important thing to say. You have so much real estate to take up on a single screen, whether it's the entire phone, entire tablet, or like your entire screen on a laptop, to see exactly what all those different deals and specials might be for your consumer to share by the advertiser, right? One of the coolest things here, we're actually increasing the size of this database too. You see here, we actually now have access to over 250 million B2C and B2B emails of people who are looking to receive those offers and incentives. We want to make sure you guys are understanding and exactly where we can kind of pepper these guys within the entire customer journey too. Because when you do that, you're creating that omni-channel approach. Email can actually cover multiple parts of that buyer's journey. Branding awareness. Obviously, you can get in front of people for the very first time if you want to, but each time you deliver an email or a display ad or something like that, you're also driving more interest and potential research for them as well. So this is really cool because you're able to dive into and really embellish. Hey, you could put these 3, 4, 5 offers on here and use up the entire real estate of this entire email and put it in front of that hyper-targeted individual. The intent that you're going to have when we start layering in some of our in-market data we're going to talk about here in just a minute is really, really great. And then you can also leverage email as a retention product to some of your current customers. So if you're gathering their emails, make sure that you're continuing to stay in front of them too, to maintain that loyalty that you have with them. Very similar to a lot of the other databases, we make sure we place an extremely high emphasis on the quality of everything that we're doing, not just with our display and search and SEO and video, but on email especially as well. So it is all CAN-SPAM compliant, double opt-in verified. We have records that are received that have the opt-in date, the IP address, and source for compliance purposes. So we take care of all those things for you. So you guys don't need to worry about any legalities or anything like that. We do collect all these emails through a list of online surveys, e-subscriptions, e-registrations, and other publishers' websites. And it's really about diving into the data that makes this so cool. And so, you have your normal email database that you can leverage at any point, through the Accelerant system. However, we're super, super stoked to roll out this new in-market email for everybody. And you see here, it's a daily trigger data for more precise in-market email. For our in-market email targeting, first off, your basic interest data, that's what we're all doing already. We've actually enhanced this data dramatically. And I'm going to show you and tell you a little bit about the awesome reporting metrics that you can include in here as well. But that basic interest data is going to show, hey, we have standard automotive interest or interest in real estate or interest in these types of potential products and services. However, this new in-market email data is something that we're going to layer on top of that to create a more refined audience for you. What we're doing is we've actually partnered with a massive number of publishers and websites through publisher networks that are sending us a daily file of website visitors and the web pages that they visited within the last day or so. What's so cool about this is that you're able to now deliver that email to someone who's been on that automotive website of a competitor within the last day, has been researching different places and going to different bakeries and looking at what they're doing, or reading recipes or trying to figure out what real estate's looking like in different types of the market. So that they're actively in market for that specific product or service right now. The coolest part about this is that it is dramatically increasing the performance of every one of these email sends. Everything from opens to clicks, but then beyond that, where it's more important, is actual site data for your clients. So these users are more likely to interact and convert from your promotion, since we know that they were just looking at similar websites and products in just the past few days. It's not, I think the recency here is the most important part. So, and Vivian, can you give me a little bit of information on why the recency here plays such an important part in the in-market data?
Definitely. So since we know people are, like Ben said, actively looking for these products or services within the past day or last few days, now's the time to get your message in front of them. And if we don't do it sooner rather than later, obviously we still have a great basic general interest database, but it may not hit as well as if you were to send it when they were just looking for it, let's say yesterday. So getting in front of them as soon as possible is obviously the best way to get either sales, better interaction with your website or your company, form fills, things like that.
I happen to be one of those psychos who reads every single email in my inbox. I get anxiety if I see that there's notifications on my phone or something like that. So, I literally go through and I not only read the subject line, but I'll open it up quick and do a quick scan. Oh my gosh, I'm such a loser. But I love my mother-in-law, but she's got 30,000 emails she has unread. I'm like, how do you do that? But I feel like there's a lot of people out there that share the same type of dynamics that I have. It just gives me anxiety to have those, right? So this is so cool to see that, hey, not only am I looking at these things the day before, I can now get an offer that fits my specific interests, and I'm able to convert with your business or your clients' businesses instead of their competition. So this is super, super cool. And the one thing I want to lay out here is that the pricing is going to be a little bit more expensive on that in-market, the daily in-market data. We do layer that on top, so it creates just a slightly higher CPM. It's not outrageous by any means, but what you're able to show your clients in the back end is just going to be absolutely incredible. We're going to dive into that here just right now, actually. So your expected results is really for optimal engagement. We've heard about opens, we've heard about clicks. We are seeing incredibly high open and click rates and a little bit higher than your industry average, which is really, really great. Yes, this is unique to AdSellerant. That's a great question, Jackie. This is something that we've been working on here for a little while. So we're in love with how well this has actually been working out. Vivian, can you give me a little bit of detail on, we've been running several tests. Obviously, we need to test all these things out for our partners before we roll it out to them, make sure it's of high quality. Tell us a little bit about the test and why this is exciting advertisers and seeing what kind of metrics that they're seeing on the back end.
Yeah, definitely. So we ran quite a few tests in various markets with different targeting, just to make sure that we are testing what you guys will be running. Obviously, we aren't specialized in any sort of industry vertical. So really making sure that this product works for all advertisers is is key. So one thing, I mean, we saw a lot of great things, and that's obviously why we're moving forward with this product, but GA metrics were just, they blew us away. We've never seen such great Google Analytics metrics before for any of our email products. You know, we've worked with a ton of different data sets. Usually what we'll see is similar metrics to kind of what we see with programmatic display, a pretty high bounce rate. Usually they're looking at 1 or 2 pages maybe per session, and their session duration is usually less than a minute. So seeing this example here that we have on the screen for you, I mean, less than 35% bounce rate is unheard of, in my opinion. That's pretty in line with direct traffic to your website. So those are people going and searching directly for your page. They're obviously interested in your website because they're visiting almost 3 pages every time they're there, and they're spending almost 3 minutes on your website, which is awesome. So these people using, when we're targeting them with our in-market email targeting, they're definitely more engaged. They're definitely more wanting to spend time and learn about your site, and then eventually, hopefully, filling out a form, getting an appointment, buying something. All of these metrics lead to that end result. So we're really, really excited.
We definitely are. And I think it's important for those of you who are not aware, you know, Google did make the switch over to the GA4 platform. And so if you have not started talking to your clients about switching that over, it's important to do that right now, because they're only going to have that data available to them once they start using that. I think the old Google Analytics setup, so they'll lose that old data, but the sooner that they make that switch, the better, because they'll start to collect new data on that as well. Definitely important to be able to embellish and tell a really great story of success to your clients. Ask them for Google Analytics access, and it doesn't have to be like admin access. Ask them for read and analyze access, and then when they pull up their website and they say, oh my gosh, we just sent all those emails and you guys drove all these users, unique new users to our site, this many sessions, that many pages per session, and an average session duration of that. This is an incredible story of success that you're able to tell them. So we're really, really excited about that. And I'm not going to sit here and devalue that basic interest data that we have. You know, we've definitely leveled that one up as well, and it's seeing amazing performance compared to a lot of the other data sets that we've been leveraging in the past. But, you know, we're just always looking for ways to continue to level you guys up, to make you more dangerous and show your clients where the real proof is in terms of driving the best potential performance for them. Targeting options for this email is actually crazy. It's kind of endless. You know, I've been working with Vivian and going over this to, you know, make sure that we have all the data sets and all the targeting options that you guys need for your clients. But what's even better about this is that we've kind of opened up a Pandora's box of, hey, we can find new data sets. We can find more of this as well. So if there's something that's not in there that might be a little bit more specific to you, let us know, and we can do our best to see if we can shop around for that data and find more of that for you. We're trying to make this the best potential email product for y'all. So definitely let us know if there's not something specific in there for you. And we could pull some counts and give you guys some you know, tools to make sure you can go out there and sell it easier. But I think just seeing everything that's available is just, it's kind of disgusting. I love it, to be honest with you. Targeting examples using the buyer's journey. You know, it's really important to make sure you guys are staying dialed in on here in this as well. You know, when you're looking at the branding and awareness stages, you know, hey, especially for a real estate category, let's look at the new homeowners or people who are in market for a new home, or, you know, they have a specific type of home, or and they have you know, maybe they have a 2-bedroom house and they have 4 children now. Then you obviously need to get a larger home. You know, find those people specifically. Then we can also conduct a potential redeploy strategy to continue to move those people down that buyer's journey. You know, you hit the branding awareness, drive interest and research, more intent, and then hopefully get them to convert as well. Each time you deliver an email or some of those display ads, you're going to be able to continue to push them down that specific funnel. We do have redeployment options, everything from openers, so people who obviously had an interest in the email just from seeing the subject line and who it's coming from, to clickers, you know, people who've shown more intent in the email, so you can deliver to them as well. Or if you want to re-engage people who may have kind of skipped over it the first time, grab those non-openers and we can deliver to them as well. Complementary products. You know, Vivian, I know when we talk about complementary products here to email, we always recommend running multiple products no matter what, right? So, whether you're running a targeted display campaign, a local SEO campaign to make sure, hey, we saw the email, but now I go to Google and I need to find this business so I can actually do work with them. Tell me a little bit about this display lookalike and why this is such a good complement to kind of layer on top and expand our reach to that group of people.
Yeah, definitely. So this product is really, it's been said, complementary to your email campaign. So we can send out display ads to people in the same target audience as what you're targeting with your email. And then that way we could do it before you send it and after you send it, or one or the other. That way your message really, you hit them on all verticals in terms of advertising. You'll hit them, on websites that they're visiting before maybe they received an email, and then maybe they received the email and then you send them a different promotional ad afterwards. There's really a lot of great ways you can utilize this display lookalike targeting, and it's really great for sequential messaging as well. If you did want to change up your messaging or offers based on your email, or based on maybe you want to reach them before and then send them a better offer with the email. There's really a lot you can do with this product, and it's awesome just to make sure that you hit your potential potential customer on all verticals or channels.
Awesome. I'm actually just answering a couple questions in the meantime. I see some really good ones. I have one really good one here from Maddie as well. Maddie's talking about, we hear a lot about the depth of the open rates, especially with, Apple's iOS compliancy changes and all those things. I understand that completely. And that's why we're actually diving deeper. We're going past the open rates. We're going past the click rates, because it's not always going to be perfect. We understand that. So, we're actually dialing into the Google Analytics side to see what the true performance on the client's website is looking like. Make sure that you have UTM codes set up, especially if you guys are providing an HTML creative for us. If it's a flat image, our team will add UTM codes to it that are white labeled. But if you're creating that, we need to make sure that we're tracking that appropriately and taking credit for this traffic that's going to their website. So, Maddie, I couldn't agree with you anymore. I think it's so important that we move beyond just the opens and clicks and start dialing into what true performance looks like. We see how fast the tech and digital advertising industry is changing right now, and especially with the change that Google's made from the old Google to GA4 is absolutely incredible. We need to help them make that change and start taking credit for all the traffic you guys are driving to your clients. I have a couple of people also asking questions about, hey, can you target this? Can you target that? Please reach out to your dedicated account managers at Accelerant, and we can pull some counts for you. Or you could actually go to the UI.marketing proposal tool and put that in yourself, and then we'll actually get those counts back to you. I don't have my full targeting list in front of me right now. It is absolutely insane how much is in there. So shoot a quick note to your account managers, and we can definitely dial that in for you. And let's see here. Creative examples. Creative is obviously so important, you guys. A lot of you are, in the media industry. We have to understand that creative plays such an important piece to this entire puzzle. How are we engaging people? What's our call to action like? What information is included on there? How are we getting them to want to know more information? So, creative templates is something that we do have. We can provide you guys with creative assistance if you need that. However, if you want to do that creative in-house, you can check out emaillayouts.com for some of those templates that we suggest that do have really great performance metrics in there to drive the engagement. And you can include all this additional information on there too. So, everything from, contact information to links to specific inside pages of the website, whatever you need there, this is a great place to just kind of lean into those as well. What makes a good email? First off, a strong subject line. We all look at it. Who's sending it? What's the subject line? Am I opening it? Am I deleting it? I'm the one that's opening it because I'm weird. But a lot of people just look at those and they'll delete it and get rid of it if they are saying, hey, no, I don't want that. Make sure that you make that great first impression. If it's an offer or something like that, that's great. Avoid using things like free or act now, because those are actually deterrents, even though you might have an offer to give. You don't want to use something that's kind of superfluous, where it might cause people to say, no, this sounds like a scam, I'm out of here. Always speak to the target audience you've selected as well. For example, in this email that we've targeted outdoor enthusiasts, as well as those actively seeking seeking employment. Do you rock customer service and patient care? Have fun with it. I think if you guys add that human aspect to everything, I know when I'm giving these presentations and I'm talking about a lot of stuff, toss in a joke, toss in a pun, make it, relatable to them and what they're doing, but also make sure that you're really providing the real detail of what you're trying to push out there too. So definitely something that you're able to dive into there as well. Email reporting, we are actually providing reports sooner than what we did provide before. So we're gathering this data as quickly as we possibly can. And Vivian, are we providing reports now within a few business days instead of like 7 or 8 business days, I think?
Yep. So we are actually going to be providing you with a shareable link going forward. And ideally, we will be sending it to you within 3 business days after the campaign has sent. This shareable link, it is completely white labeled. You can share it with your advertisers if you want, or there is an option on that link to download it, just like our normal PDFs that we send you. That link will live essentially forever, but we recommend that you wait at least 3 to 7 business days to fully see the metrics that you share with your advertiser. Obviously, it's really exciting to see what's going on right now, but really it does take a few days for people to open up those emails, for people to engage with those emails. So that's why we were previously providing you a report 7 business days after your email sent. So that general rule still applies, but you will have access to reporting within 3 business days. So we're really excited about that.
Definitely. And we are providing just a few more metrics beyond that, kind of at our base level of what you guys are going to get in that printout from us. Beyond just the open and click-through rates, we are showing you guys the actual cities of where it's being, opened up at, the internet service providers, platforms, and browsers too. So just diving into it a little bit more to give a little bit more color to your clients and what they're able to see in the performance of their metrics. Again, we're really highly suggesting you get that Google Analytics access and dive into that. You're going to make yourself so much more dangerous with that one. There's a question here, is the reporting for all emails or just the new in-market emails? It's for all emails, just so you're aware of that. I did see a good question from Vance, just so that we can kind of reiterate on this one. For in-market email, as an example, if a home builder wants to target people who are looking for a new home, could we tap into a person's browser history showing they visited various home builder sites in the past and add them as one of our email targets based on that finding? Is that how that works? Yes, that's exactly how that works. So we'll find that basic interest level of, hey, people who are looking for a new home, but then we can actually add in that in-market targeting and say, hey, these people were diving into these types of sites within the past day. So that's exactly how it works, Vance. Thanks a lot for asking that one. Why work with us? First off, the middle part here, I love to kind of talk about here, 250 million consumer and business emails that we're able to tap into here. I know before, I think we only had 200 million. We're consistently trying to grow this and find more emails and more targeting available. So that is an incredible thing to keep in mind here. We are scrubbing the data tremendously. We're very rigorous in that kind of cleansing process to make sure we're as dialed in as possible on those pieces of data as well. And also, this in-market email is absolutely disgusting, you guys. Your clients are going to love it. You're going to love it. Use it. Try it out. Go out there and just sell one of them. Get the Google Analytics reporting and work with your account manager to be able to see what that story of success really looks like. I did see one other question from Maddie real quick. It's like, hey, can we put a call to now button or call now button that opens like on a phone? We would not recommend that. What we would recommend is actually just putting a contact us now button on there. It takes them to the contact page on the website. That way you get credit in Google Analytics for sending to the website, and they'll find all that information on the website too. There are certain call tracking ways that you could set it up to make sure you get that credit for that call too. But I do not recommend necessarily putting like a click to call in the email, because we want to get them to the website. When you do that, you're able to, 1, get them way more information than just what they see in an email. 2, they have all the contact information they see there. And 3, we can now hook their device with a pixel and also retarget them with, say, display campaign or anything else like that. So use that to your advantage. Don't just create a stop block right there for click to call out of the email, get them to that website. It's super, super important. You're going to see much better metrics out of that instead of just saying, hey, you can click this way. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh, a little B2B case study. This is actually pretty cool. So we ran a B2B case study for a publisher partner of ours. They actually ran it for their publication. They targeted, it was more of like a luxury audience they wanted to get in front of. And their goal was to actually drive subscriptions for their publication. They ran this email and were actually able to attribute not just 1,000 clicks to their website, but over 400 new subscribers to their online news or e-newsletter because of this email. They weren't running any other marketing at all. And they saw an uptick in over 400 subscribers purely based off of this email. So this is a really, really cool way to make sure they're getting in front of them. Auto dealer. Oh, Viv, I want you to go through this one because I know we put together this in-market email for these guys. These guys have been loving these things too. I think they've actually sent a handful of them now over the past few weeks. The campaign not only had great open rates, great click-through rates. Tell us a little bit about the bounce rate in comparison to the old metrics and how this really helps set them up for better performance this time and how we told that story of success.
Yeah, definitely. So similar to kind of what we were showing you in the previous slide with some examples of our in-market email targeting and what it looks like in GA. This campaign, they've been sending emails once a month. It's an auto dealer association. They send once a month an email for all of their dealerships under that association. And so they were super excited to see these new and improved GA metrics. So the campaign overall had an open rate of about 17% and a CTR of about 3% if we're rounding up. But the biggest news is the difference in this new in-market email targeting compared to their previous campaigns. It decreased their bounce rate by 27%. Compared to previous metrics, which were above 60%. It also increased their average session duration by 4 times. So people were spending 4 times longer on their website than their previous email campaigns. And they also were visiting almost double the number of pages on that website. So they were more involved, more eager to learn about this dealership association and these potential new cars that they could purchase with that. Believe it was a holiday sale for this one in particular, but just you can see this proof in the pudding here. People really are in market right now and they are more engaged with our email product.
I think that's incredible. And just knowing, because we have actually the Google Analytics access to that specific advertiser. Yep. And seeing what we're able to provide now in comparison to what the old data was showing is just incredible. I mean, I think they're starting to double down on their email deployments now too, just because they see that much more engagement out of it. We don't have any more to cover today. I do want to jump through and just answer as many of these questions as I can. Neil was asking about the scheduling aspect of the email marketing tool. For example, 3 emails per week planned out for a month. It's definitely something that is more, I would say it's on a case-by-case basis. We have clients who want to do 1 email per month. We have clients who want to do 3 emails per week. It's up to the client, it's up to the advertiser and you as their marketing team. And you can work with our account managers to kind of go over this as well. But, also think about that omni-channel approach beyond it as well. An email is 1 email, they see it. What's cool is that they see it on their own time. And 2, they can share it with others as well. But think about adding that display campaign to it to complement it. That way they're seeing display ads throughout the entire month. And then, hey, we start peppering them with an email once or twice a month as well. So it's definitely on a case-by-case basis exactly what the best scheduling would be. It depends on the business, their goals and objectives, their target audience, and really how often they need to be connecting with them to give the best potential feedback. Let's see here. I see, how do we reconcile the total clicks in the report versus inbound clicks on the client's website? Google Analytics, make sure you set up UTM codes on the click-through URLs. If you do not know how to do this, I know we have a little bit of training in our knowledge base that gives you a quick insert on how to do that. This is probably the most important thing. I know our email platform is absolutely sick, you guys. You're going to love it, but make sure you're taking credit where credit is due. Add UTM codes. It's just a weird name for a tracking code that you put on the back of a URL. And Google Analytics will say, Out of all the clicks and people that came to this website over the past month or 6 months, whatever it is, these ones specifically came from this email. So set up your tracking appropriately. It's super simple. I promise, even as a salesperson, I can do it too. Let's see here. Charlie asked about that publication email. Who were they targeting? They were targeting businesses in their area. It was actually a B2B publication. We have done it for others as well in terms of like B2C publications and whatnot. So I don't have the specifics on that targeting, but if you'd like to learn more, reach out to your account manager, please. Let's see here. Can we provide matchback reporting if the client provides the customer sold and our customer service is listed? Vivian, would you mind?
Yeah, no, we can definitely do that. There is an additional fee, but yes, we can provide you with the number of people that we targeted via email and how many matched to your purchase or customer list.
Definitely. I got a question. What's the price for this product? Please reach out to your account manager. They do have the pricing listed. The basic email interest targeting, which is still a level up from what it has been, is the same price as it has been before. If you add in the in-market email targeting, it's a slightly higher CPM. Your account managers will be able to give you that information. There is a question, are we able to pull our own targeting forecast within the proposal tool, or are we still required to submit a ticket request to see how many emails are available? You can actually do this in the proposal tool. So you can go in there, add your targets, and then they'll actually pull that and send it back to you as soon as possible. So it can all live within UI.marketing, which is where we would love for all of you guys to be, because it helps you move that much quicker. You don't have to rely too much on our turnaround times to get you those things. Leslie, you had an email drop last week, it sounds like. You should expect that within the next, I think within 7 or 8 business days. We just started, all emails moving forward as of yesterday actually are starting to use this new email targeting. So the basic interest targeting is what we're using on all of them. If you want to add in the in-market targeting, please be specific about that. Remember, the pricing does increase a little bit. So we just want to make sure everybody's on the same page with that one. Are the clicks in the report unique people or multiple clicks per people? They are uniques. We're not double counting clicks on that one. Is that one correct, Vivian? I believe it is all unique.
In the email report, it may count multiple clicks, and Google Analytics is where you'll be able to see the uniques versus multiple.
Can we acquire a client's current customer database and include those names as part of a new in-market email campaign? Unfortunately, you cannot include them in the actual deployment, but we can use them as a suppression list. I would mention, if they have those names, they have those emails, they should have their own email nurture stream kind of set up with them. This is almost purely for new business prospecting specifically as well. Do we provide click heat maps? I don't think we had a, go ahead.
We don't necessarily, you could call it a heat map. So in the final page of the report, you'll have similar to what we provide now. You'll have a preview image of your creative, and then it'll have numbers next to it, like number 1, number 2, number 3. And then on the right-hand side, you'll be able to correlate number 1 to a click-through URL. So it will kind of tell you where on that creative people clicked, and then it'll filter by most clicks to least clicks, if that helps.
Shelby, please reach out to your account manager. We'll get you an example of that reporting. We are going to have examples inside of Knowledge Base as well that you guys can take a look at. It's similar to the past, just a few more pieces of information. Nothing crazy. Obviously, we just want to use the metrics to be able to tell a story of success, but it does look pretty good. I don't see any other questions. I will give it another minute. You guys just pummeled us with questions. We super appreciate it. That's what we're here for. We love those trainings because of that. I'll thank everybody on behalf of myself, the entire Accelerant team, and also our lovely Vivian here for joining us. We had so much fun. Can't wait to see you guys on the next one. If you have any questions, please reach out to your dedicated account managers, and they can get you any information that you might need. Thanks so much, everybody. Happy Tuesday, and have a great August.